It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another one. We're back to talk about The Walking Dead's third spin-off called World Beyond. So they recently just released a new teaser trailer for season 1 of The Walking Dead's World Beyond. There's actually some very interesting stuff in there, so I'm going to be going through that teaser trailer with you guys and breaking it down. There's some more hints about that cure story that we've been talking about, and also there is some confirmation about the location of the CRM, which is the Civic Republic military. So we're going to go through all of that. So the first shot in the teaser trailer is actually this shot of inside the Omaha colony. We've seen this shot in other trailers, but in this particular shot, of course, we have the sign that says Monument Day, commemorate tomorrow, and it says Campus Colony of Omaha at the bottom. So what we can tell just from that sign that we see alone is that this is part of Monument Day, which is a celebration that they have at the Campus Colony of Omaha, where they're celebrating their 10th year anniversary. I've talked about this before, but we know at this point that the community that this settlement sits on used to be the Campus Colony of Omaha University. And on the bottom, there's a title card which tells you where exactly this is. So it says Omaha, Nebraska. The person who has the red hat on is actually Iris. We know that because in other shots, in other trailers, there's actually a shot of a person wearing the exact same thing looking out from a balcony. And that person is none other than Iris. So we know that this is definitely Iris. The next shot we have is this shot of Iris again. She's talking to someone, most likely Hope. She tells her, we're 10 years in now. Our dad is sharing his knowledge so that there is a cure. This connects to what they revealed during San Diego Comic-Con, which is that Iris and Hope's father is a biochemist or something to that effect. And what we speculated after that is that we're probably going to see the Civic Republic military, the CRM, coming in to participate in Omaha Colony's Monument Day. But at the same time, once they're done, they're actually going to take Iris and Hope's father away for him to participate in some sort of a research about a possible cure for the zombie virus. The next shot we have is this shot right here. We've seen this before, but this is of course Iris and Hope's family. So we have Iris and Hope, their mother and their father. Their father, of course, is the person that's going to be taken away by the CRM. Now, we don't know whether he's going to go willingly or not, but at this point, I'm actually willing to take a gamble and predict that he's going to be voluntold. And what I mean by that is he's not going to volunteer to leave. They're going to maybe not force him away, but they're probably going to threaten him in a way where if you don't come with us, we can't guarantee that your family is going to be safe. Something along those lines. Now, it doesn't have to be as direct as that, but I think it might be something to that effect. The next shot we have is this shot of something coming out of a printer. Now, I think this is actually a fax. I don't think someone's actually printing something. I think that this is a fax coming in from someplace. And we get this shot which says, my safety not assured. This is very interesting. Now, the way they're sending it is cryptic a little bit because it doesn't just say my safety not assured. There's like a exclamation point and a 2 right before the safety. I don't know what that means, but I think this is a little bit of a cryptic message. Even though there's a message in there, we can read it in English. I think there's a bit of it that's maybe cryptic as well. Now, in terms of who could be sending this, the only person that comes to mind is Iris and Hope's father. Now, this is assuming this is at the Omaha colony. If it is, like I said, the only person that would be sending a message like this would be Iris and Hope's father. But if this takes place somewhere else, let's say one of CRM's outposts, then this could be just about anyone sending this. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna predict that Rick sent this. If it's an outpost, like they could make it work like that, but I'm not quite sure if that's what they have in mind. I think this is just Iris and Hope's father sending his family a message, letting them know that his safety is at risk. Maybe this is what causes Iris and Hope to gather up the rest of the crew and go after his father. Something along those lines. Then we have this shot of Felix talking to someone. He says, we don't know what the Civic Republic would do if they found out. That's very interesting. Now, this could connect to the previous shot. Maybe what happens is that they do receive this message And Iris and Hope bring this message to Felix. Felix is saying we don't know what the Civic Republic would do if they found out that their father sent this message. Because he's a scientist, maybe they're not gonna kill him if they find out that he sent like a message to the family, something like that. Maybe Felix is trying to encourage them to tell the Civic Republic about the message that came in, or something along those lines. Then we have this shot, which we've seen before. We have the CRM helicopter showing up. Felix is standing right there. Of course, Elizabeth Kublek, who's the Lieutenant Colonel of the Civic Republic military, is inside that helicopter. And this is when the CRM show up to participate in the Omaha Colony's Monument Day. Then we have this shot of Iris and Hope. Hope tells Iris they are bad people, Iris. So this is our first clue that the CRM may not have good intentions, to say the least. Then we have this shot of the Civic Republic military's Lieutenant Colonel, Elizabeth Kublek. We have some CRM soldiers in the background. Then we have this shot again of some CRM soldiers shooting most likely walkers. And we have the CRM helicopter in the background. That connects directly to this shot. So we have the CRM soldiers mowing down a bunch of walkers. And then we have this pretty interesting shot of Iris, probably in her room, talking to most likely everyone. But she says he's somewhere in New York. And I don't think that's the city of New York. I think that's the state of New York. So this is a confirmation that Iris and Hope's father has been taken to a location in the state of New York. We're not really saying that the CRM is located in the state of New York. It could be, but it may not be. Like, maybe the CRM's main headquarters are not in the state of New York, but maybe one of their outposts is. Or maybe one of the colonies is in the state of New York. Or maybe one of their research facilities is in the state of New York. But whatever the case is, Iris and Hope's father was taken to a place in the state of New York, which is interesting. Now, if we take a look at this shot, which I brought up, which was in one of the earlier trailers that they released, we can actually see the state of New York. Like, that's the outline of the state of New York. We have the CRM logo and the name CRM on there, so we can kind of connect the dots now. Now, if you take a look at what's on the piece of paper, it says CMDR-EK. Now, CMDR I think stands for Commander, and EK I think is someone's initial. Now, whose initials are EK? Elizabeth Kublek. Who's the Lieutenant Colonel? Commander Elizabeth Kublek? Maybe, I mean, it makes the most sense, but I could be wrong about that. But I think this is just a document that belonged to Elizabeth Kublek, and it was stolen or taken by the kids. I think this is actually Iris holding it. But what's even more interesting is that this could connect to another shot that was in another trailer, where we have Elizabeth with her gun in a room, and it looks like she heard something or she noticed someone was in her room. If we kind of connect all of the dots now, what we're probably going to see is Iris and Hope, or maybe one of them is going to show up, steal some of Elizabeth Kublek's documents related to the CRM and take it away. Something along those lines. I could be wrong about that, but that makes the most sense to me at this point. Then we have this shot of Elton. He's saying, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I just want to see what's out there. They're obviously talking about the journey that they want to go on, the cross-country journey, a mission to find Iris and Hope's father. And then we have this shot of Elton as he is probably looking at the outside world for the first time. And then we have this shot of Silas. He says, me too. So this connects to what Elton was saying. They want to see what's out there. I think that's the gist of it. And then this shot of the kids outside the wall. And in the voiceover, we have Felix saying they'll never make it, referring to the kids, to which Huck replies, so let's get 'em. So this confirms one of the other speculations I had, which was the kids are going to sneak out and Huck and Felix are going to go looking for them to bring them back. But something is going to happen, and the kids, most likely Iris and Hope, are going to convince Huck and Felix to join them in their cross-country mission. Then we have this shot of Hope killing a bunch of walkers, and then this shot of Huck And I think that's Hope in the background killing some walkers. And this shot of a couple walkers trying to get at Hope. She is wearing a jacket with the CRM logo. We've talked about that before. And then we have this shot of the kids holding the S-poles, which is the weapons that they have on the third show. We can see it here. And then we have this shot of the kids trying to keep the walkers out. And then this shot of Iris. And then this shot of this walker with wires attached to its arm. I think this is from the pilot, and this also connects to another theory I have, which is that we're going to see some sort of a plane crash in the pilot. And that plane crash is going to be what's going to force the Iris and Hope family to have to seek refuge in a community. And they're going to actually go to the Campus Colony University, which is going to become their home. And this connects to another phrase that they've used before, which is the day the sky fell. I think the day the sky fell is that plane crash that I referred to. Then we have this shot of the kids, and in the voiceover, we have Iris saying, when we get there, we'll be different, we'll be ready, referring to when they get to where they think the CRM is. And that's pretty much everything. I didn't want to make this video long, but it turned out to be longer than I wanted to, but this is my breakdown / predictions for season 1 of The Walking Dead's World Beyond. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. If you like what you saw, make sure to share and smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.